A few months back, we sat down with Ross Cellino, the man who turned a two-man Buffalo office into one of the most recognizable law firm brands in America, to ask him what it actually takes to 10x a firm. What he shared wasn't a checklist, it was a way of thinking about brand strategy that most firms never grasp. Here are the four ideas that stuck with us. I'm Daisy Lopez, a senior growth specialist here at Abogados Now. We've worked with over 500 law firms nationwide and driven more than $250 million in settlement fees. And we're a Google Premier partner, the top 3% of agencies in the world. We've worked with hundreds of consumer facing firms building their brands. We've watched what sticks and what doesn't. So, this resonates. Here's the core of what Ross Cellino believes. Direct response ads only capture demand a brand already created. When the accident happens, people already have someone in mind. If that person isn't you, your paid ads are working for your competitor's brand. Cellino told us the key is to win on memorability first, then scale with money, not the other way around. Law firms need to create a brand that feels memorable on every asset: billboards, websites, ads, TV. All of it needs to attract the person looking at your assets. Picture a billboard you just bought. Is it sticking out against the hundreds next to it? Or is it just another billboard? So, where do most law firms make a fatal mistake when it comes to their assets? Celino told us if your number isn't a repeating digit, something a kid can sing back to you, don't even put a number on the billboard. A forgettable phone line kills the whole thing. Their jingle cost them just $500 back in the 90s. That same jingle became so catchy, it ended up getting parodied on Saturday Night Live.
Cellino and Barnes, injury attorneys, 800-888-8888.
Don't wait, call 8.
Many people spend a lot on channels that should be getting in front of people just to fail. Most law firms spend huge on TV, yet nobody remembers it. Ross was able to flip this. He said, and I'll quote him directly, if you can't be a top three spender in your market, TV drowns you. Invest the money where it compounds, in the things people actually remember. For him, it was the number 800, all the eights, which allowed him to capture TV without being the big top three. His next recommendation: invest in a trade name that means something outside the law to build its own equity. For him, he praised people like Top Dog Law or the husband and wife firm, two names that are recognizable. He even criticized his own firm, Cellino Law. Ross's own last name, he says, is often misspelled, mispronounced, and has no inherent meaning. He believed that if he had a meaningful trade name from the start, he would have gotten market dominance much faster. The fourth idea, and maybe the sharpest, is niche down so hard that you become the definitive expert in a single category. In the 90s, they niched down to personal injury only at a time when most attorneys advertised across every practice area. Competitors try to be everything to everyone. Ross picked his lane and dug in. That discipline is what made every dollar of brand spend actually land. Firms scatter their message. One month it's this practice area, next month it's that firm. Ross stayed relentlessly on brand. That's how you break through. His next recommendation is to think like GEICO. 15 minutes will save you 15%. This has been their one claim everywhere for years. That's the template Ross followed. You can't claim to be the best, but you can show proof: real cases, real recoveries, real expertise. The specificity compounds. So find that claim, that evidence that really showcases your firm. And here's the bigger picture. When you get the brand right, the direct response, the clicks, the calls, the cases comes naturally. The demand was always there. Direct response can't create that awareness by itself. It only triggers what a brand already built. They chase leads with paid ads while their brand stays invisible. When awareness finally happens, they've wasted years and money. The formula isn't complicated, but it requires patience because building memory takes time. Most firms don't have it. A billboard people notice, a number people remember, a jingle people hum. They work harder the longer they run. Lock your message, make it your brand's voice. Hammer it with the consistency of a household name. because that's what you're building. Ross proved it. The firms that build awareness relentlessly outpace everyone else, including competitors with bigger budgets. The insight that stuck with us: you can't buy awareness on the back end. You have to build it intentionally, early, with discipline. That's how you get calls for a decade. If this landed, let's talk about what your firm's brand could look like. Book a call with us, and we'll talk through your lane, your message, and what's possible. See you soon.